Alright, let's start this recording. The Khaiza promises, well, we'll try to be as like short and concise as the Khaiza can possibly can, right? Today, right, we are back to another Tokusatsu review. So where's like that Tokusatsu channel point, right? There you go. It's Toku time, right? So, we are here at last, right? And today's like review is like a year-long like coming, right? The Khaiza's been doing like episode impressions of this series, and it was just a blast through and through. Ohsama Sentai Kingohger. Yeah, this badass show, right? This is a really good. How many Reiwa seasons are we at right now with like Super Sentai, right? There was Kira Major, there was Zenkaiger, then Dawn Brothers, Kira Major, Zenkaiger, Dawn Brothers, and now it's like Kingohger. And next week we're gonna be having Boom Boonger, right? The car motif Sentai. So that's gonna be awesome. We're like 5 straight seasons. All of them just pretty much like stand out that they're really like cool, they're epic, right? Super Sentai, at least like for Kingohger, many people have been calling Kingohger superior Sentai, right? Just of like the shit that it like pulls out of its ass, right? This is like the first season that's completely done via a green screen, right? Which is kind of like the antithesis of like what Tokusatsu like really means. And it's Tokusatsu is essentially like all with practical effects. It's not just like superhero, it's not just like costume color coordinated cosplayers battling it out in a rock quarry. No, it's like all of like the practical effects, right, that come with it, right? The OGest of Tokusatsu, like fucking old school Power Rangers, or even like Showa era Super Sentai, like Gohanger and shit, of like the team shooting out like a bazooka and it turns out and it morphs into like a fucking like squirrel as an attack finisher. But Super Sentai, Tokusatsu, all of them really rely on the practical effects, right? And Kingohger is mostly done through like a green screen with all of like the environments to show off the fantastical environments that the Kingohger universe really is like known for. But on the offset of that is you get like a really charming roster, and of course, since this is Tokusatsu, very practical as fuck fights, right? The fights of Kingohger are really some of the most solid shits that I've ever seen in a Tokusatsu series, right? They've been like, Tokusatsu has been getting better with, you know, their action scenes as of like recent. They're not just like, you know, flailing like around. I mean, there are some that are like really like good, right? If I like think about it, Lupod has some fantastic like fucking action shots. Dawn Brothers is like really cool, right? Because of like Dawn Momotaro. Damn, Gokaiger is also really good with like the action stuff, like with the swashbuckling like pirate shit that they do. Oh my god. But Kingohger definitely pulls all the stuff, all the break. Not all the breaks. What would be a better way to say this? Like a non-stop action like climax moment, like Bayonetta shit, right? Everything is like an action like moment, you know? The action is like flawless in my honest opinion. And we talked about like the characters, right? The characters are really like charming themselves, you know. Kingohger set in like in a universe of like kings and queens dominating different like parts of like the world, right? And it's not like the same Earth as like, you know, this one we're living on and breathing on. It's like in a different like planet. So we they live on this planet called Terra, or they don't call it like Q. They do call it Q, yeah, but they call it like Terrans. They're all like Terrans from another like different planet. And they are and there are kings and queens in like each land. Shugodam, the land of like machines, or the land of like hierarchy and megazords. In Kosoba, the very high tech kingdom. Ishibana, the graceful area full of beauty and medicine. What was the Tofu? Yeah, Tofu, the sublime land rich with agriculture. Gokon, a fortress solitude for dishing out justice. 5 continents rule the land of Terra. And the enemy is the Bugnarok, which, you know, later gets not Bugnarok anymore because of another individual that is the 6th ranger of the roster, Jeremy Idenoric Brasieri, right? The Spider-Man Power Ranger, essentially. And he comes from like the land in between. He is like literal like Dante backstory. Son of a human father and a Bugnarok insect woman, right? So he has Bugnarok genes as well as human genes. But here's the interesting thing about like Kingohger, and this is kind of like the first of what it does to a Super Sentai series. Kingohger has a anime trope of doing a 2-year time skip. This has been not done in a Super Sentai or a Kamen Rider. No, this is like a 1-year like time gap shit. Characters get like a little bit older, they like wise up, they still retain their same like philosophies. But yo, a Super Sentai like aging up characters mid-season? Bro. Which is like a perfect like time because, you know, at that like moment, Kamen Rider Gotchard was new, fresh, and was like coming out. And guess what? Kamen Rider Gotchard adapts the same principle of a time frame time skip as like Kingohger, you know? So yeah, it's hella interesting that like Kingohger does this kind of thing, you know? So we have like our kings and queens. Gira, or like the young prince, who later becomes king of Shugodam. Yanma Gust, Himeno Ran, Kaguragi Diboski, Rita Kanista, and Jeremy, the king of the in-between lands, the sovereign king for the Bugnarok and humans, or the Terrans. Oh, ad break. Let's stop for a bit. Wait for the ad break to be over. Yeah, but the first half of the Kingohger was introducing the kings and queens of Kingohger, as well as the first arc of Kingohger with the villain group known as Bugnarok. Yeah, which is like the deep underground like villain insect clan that wants to exterminate all Terrans. But then by season 2, we get a new group called the Galactic Insects that is under the head of a sadistic dickhead by the name of Duckaded. And what's crazy is that Duckaded is voiced by Naruto's own Gaara of the Desert. So you can't really tell because, you know, Duckaded is like the type of person that's like a boo hiss boo hiss litter box jutsu. You don't hear it at the start when he starts like speaking in a very happy accent, because Duckaded is like the character that likes to fuck around and just like kill planets on like a whim, right? He's the one that like orchestrated like all of the events in Shugodam. Oh, and we forgot one more character, right? Rockless. Oh yeah, Rockless Husty. The literal big dick energy that comes from this guy. There are like a few like Naruto like inspirations that came from like this Sentai season that like it's crazy. We have like our own like Gaara of the Desert as like the main villain, and we have like our literal Uchiha Itachi character in the form of Rockless Husty. But we'll like get to him at like in a very peculiar time. But yeah, the Uchu insects, like galaxy monarchs that like to throw planets into chaos on whims alone. And the kings and queens are like super pissed at them. They're like, how dare you fuck up like our kingdoms, you know? And so like after like some time, and after like a lot of struggle, the kings and queens, you know, dominate against like the space insects and have not made peace. Not made peace. They killed the Uchu, the space bug, and peace reigned over like the 5 lands and became like a unified land, you know? That's like the general like gist of like Kingohger. The characters that like I really liked the most was I think like 4 come to like mind. Yanma Gust is like your I watched like the first few episodes with like my boy like Jerry on like Kingohger, and like the Blue Ranger he really liked. Why? Because he is the literal like, you know like in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable. Yanma Gast is kind of like Josuke, right? Diamond is unbreakable. He's got like a like ruffian like high school like thug, Japanese high school thug haircut, like a mohawk and shit like that. But he's a super badass when it comes to like technology. Then the next one is like Kaguragi Diboski, right? A literal fucking Chad of a character, right? He is like, in my honest opinion, my favorite king, because like, you know, all of like like how kings are supposed to act, like, you know, they have to be upfront and like dutiful and justified. Not for Kaguragi, right? For the sake of his land and for, you know, his people, he will dig to the bottomest of earths to, you know, be the most scum version of himself he can possibly be, just to protect his people, to save his sister, to be the leader that he can be, right? He's a leader that is not afraid to like get dirty. And of course, like his accents, right? Yeah, he is like a Jiraiya of the... Oh yeah, now that I think about it, the Black Ranger, Hachi Oger, is definitely like Jiraiya in some like mannerisms that he does. He doesn't have like a pervy side to him, no, but he just is very like goofy, you know? He's goofy, he like plays coy, he always like sides with the enemy to, you know, gain like a knife's advantage. Yo, he's like a badass, bro, in his own right. And of course, right, there is Rita Canista, right? As Twitter would call her, our first like... Ah man, like the LAN cable. Sorry about that. I just noticed like my PS5 got like a LAN error. Okay, anyway. Rita Canista, our first non-binary character, right? She's like the most unhinged Super Sentai character there is, right? She is the sovereign ruler of the nation called Gokhan, which delivers like justice, you know, on fairness. But she has like a hidden side to her. She likes little like plushies. What was it called? Muffin. And she actually did like an idol dance based on like the character Muffin. But she is badass like in her own right. She speaks in a very like, you know, burly like voice to hide like her emotions, because she has to be like the sovereign monarch. But she is a funny fucking character. She is literally unhinged in the first like half of Kingohger. Screams and hiss for like not anything that's like going like her way, you know? I don't think I could like have clips, but... And of course, Jeremy. Jeremy is like also like a goated character because, you know, his mannerisms. He is like literally the narrator of the entire season of Kingohger. He's a break the fourth wall character, but he's like playful. He is an innocent boy that wishes for the coexistence between humans or Terrans and Bugnarok, right? He is the bridge between worlds. Kind of like, well, you know, like an avatar, but not really. But those are like your main characters. And of course we have our, you know, most pivotal character and the most plot-heavy character there is, Rockless Husty. Oh my god, man. Did everybody hate his fucking guts at the first half of the season? Right, he was like an unbearable version of Kakuragi, but despicable. At first half, you would never notice that he was a good guy all along. Because his whole archetype was the people are a means to a better prosperous like country. He would willingly sacrifice people and be glad about it. And would often like quarrel with Gira for the throne. Who they are related. Gira and Rockless, they're brothers. So Rockless is the big brother, Gira is the little brother. So very much Uchiha Sasuke to Uchiha Itachi sort of thing. But then it's like later revealed in the second half of Kingohger that Rockless Husty was actually playing along with the evil deeds of Dugdead and got like a power to kill the immortal gods, right? Via like his sword. So he literally pulled like an Itachi Uchiha moment and revealed like his secrets that Doug Dead was slithering his way into Shugodam's lineage and force-fed Gira bug guts to become one with, like, you know, the Shugods or the Zords of Kingohger. And of course, every character got like their very slimy like backstory, right? You know, it's crazy. Like, this is the most like character-centric like Super Sentai there is, and it really like does it really well. Gira, who's like a former prince, was outcasted by his royal family because of like, you know, he ate like some bug juice, like very spacey bug juice that could communicate with the Zords. Yanma Gus was like, well, Yanma Gus was like a poor kid but had to struggle his way to get to the top. I am the top. Himeno Ran is also like an interesting character, like selfish, bratty, like queen that gets whatever she wants, but her parents got killed by an event called the Fury of the Gods. A literal like locust storm that just like plagued all of like the 5 nations. Kakuragi Diboski, a man that's like for the people, by the people, but saw like the murder of his master, right? An evil queen that was like profiteering from like food resources. Got his way into kingdom because of a dirty like little secret. Rita Kanista, right? A sovereign queen at like the age of 5 had to be put under the sovereignship because her former queen was killed in action, and Jeremy, right, has the burden of like being the bridge between 2 races, right? Was almost like ready to give it up because of the space gods like tomfoolery, but then the kings and queens like supported his back through and through. But Rockless, right? Rockless got like the worst of it, or equally the worst. Has been like playing along with like, you know, the Space Gods game until he got like the weapon to kill the immortal gods themselves and reconciled with Gira and Shugodam and became like a good guy. And then we got like the most weirdest crossover we got, right? Which was really the highlight of Kingohger. It was the crossover between Kingohger and Super Sentai Kingohger. The literal like dinosaur Sentai that got a lot of fame and a lot of like nostalgia from people that have like watched it. We got to see like OG actors like come back from Kingohger. Nosan, Eon, Soji, Ami. We didn't get to see like King and Utsumimaru because they're off doing like other gigs at the time. But I heard they're gonna be coming back for a sequel movie crossover event with Kingohger. But yeah, it was just so much like nostalgia. It was a fun like 2-episode arc of them, you know, getting into like Kingohger world by the space god Doug Dead, just trapping them into like practical like Japan world and just fucking up like the Debos army. It was such a fun fucking time. That 2-arc episode was lit. And of course, right, like the end of like Kingohger was very like lit as well. Let me just like, I do have clips, a download video, but this was like the intro of like their semi to last episode. They literally have like some Naruto moments. They have like a Gurren Lagann moment. Who the fuck are you? Just what the hell are you? Just who the hell do you think I am? These episodes were... This last episode was fucking peak. Oh my god. I love Kaguragi, man. Oh man.
地が裂け天が降ろうともこのリタカニスカは揺るがない俺はジェラミー・イドモナラクネ・ブラシエリ人バグナラク全てを全て世界の定めを定める狭間の王様そのありさまを永遠に語り継ぐといい恐怖しろそしておののけ一切の情け容赦なく一木一草ことごとく
The amount of like badassery that came from like this season is fucking dope, dude. Ohsama Sentai Kingohger. Yeah, but that was like so fucking sick. There were like a lot of really cool fucking action shots like this. Yeah, the episode prior to the last episode, they had a fucking Avengers Endgame moment. Like, look at this bitch ass Thanos. Like, summon out all of his like dickheads. All of like the bug armies. And we have like a you drop this king moment. Figurative and literal examples of you drop this king moment. She's so cool, like. They literally have like an endgame style Avengers Assemble shit, bro. Not in the same veins as like Endgame, but like very fucking similar, like almost one note. They don't say the fucking line, but like, damn, bro, this shit is something. You Toei ain't slick, dog. Toei ain't slick with this shit. Let's go, you rebellious dogs. We need to cue like the Avengers like theme song. Makes me want to watch Endgame now. Shit. The suits and stuff. Like, just the fact that like these are like 6 different like kings, or technically like 7, that all have like really like flashy like armor or like costumes, right? Each one of them has like a fucking like arm cape to them. It's kind of like the, what was it, the Avengers thing? No, sorry, the Incredibles, right? With the meme of like Mr. Incredible, like how awesome it is to have like a cape, and like Edna's like, no capes. No capes, but capes are cool. Capes are fucking badass. I love like arm capes and shit, you know? They add a little bit of like flair to like your character. Scarves, capes, like arm capes, a little bit of like that trait. What was it? That blazer, like cape, like that. What was it? That undergarment thing that like flows whenever like you walk, sort of shit, like Dante or like Nero or Virgil. Oh my god, the trench coat mafia. Oh my god, that shit is so fucking cool. But yeah, like this like Sentai season was literally fucking goated, right? The plot wise, like I don't know, because like the first half was like really cool because the fight with like Ragnarok, but then as good as like the 2-year time skip or 1-year time skip really is, it did like have a little bit of like plot inconsistencies, you know? Like, how did like Ragnarok get to the Terrans anyway if it was all like Dugdead's doing, right? Like, and there are like a lot of like other questions about like some of the other like bad guys. There's like a desk doctor or some shit like that, or people were like bitch ass complaining about like there's no fillers in Kingohger. I'm like, motherfucker, look again. We literally had like an idol like showdown moment. We had like an episode like, you know, male and female figures competing for... Dinner ready? Okay, gotcha. Male and female figures competing for Himeno-ran's hand in marriage. So there's absolutely like filler episodes, bro. Like, what? And of course, people will be attached to like a season that they want to like make their like what they're seeing as like a consistent like good version of like what the plot is like is. I would sometimes get into like Twitter like arguments with people about like the plot like flowchart of Sentai or Kamen Rider seasons. I'm like, yeah, like it does make sense, but I'm not like the writer. I just only like see like what they got. It doesn't make sense, sure, but like what the fuck are you like complaining about, dog? You know, just enjoy like the action for like what it is, you know? So like Kingohger is like really good. It's like a good like in my scale of like Super Sentai, it's like a, oh man, I would say like it's a 9 out of 10. It's not a 10 out of 10 like, or a 9.5 like Gokaiger or Lupat or Dawn Brothers. No, I wouldn't say that. But I do like the actiony stuff. I do like the suits, the Megazords. I still have like my Megazord right here, right? I still have like this bitch ass fucking mecha that I didn't get to like unbox and like open up. Which I'll probably do like outside of stream because I heard like my mom calling me